Peter Parker is hoping to get hired at his old high school, Midtown High, when his spider sense suddenly goes off. He shouts for everyone to get down as a school shooter begins firing inside the school. Peter quickly grabs a handful of students and rushes them into a classroom, trying to keep them safe. As he gets the last of the kids inside, he notices how scared they are. A science teacher suggests that since there haven't been any more gunshots, the shooter must have stopped. But Peter realizes the shooter is still in the building and the students are still in danger. He then spots a student named Joey with whom he had a encounter with earlier that day, holding a chemistry book. An idea forms in Peter's mind. Speaking quickly, he tells Joey to look behind him at the chemicals. Peter explains that the shooter can't hit what he can't see and says he really needs help because he's going to go back out there. Joey asks what will happen if the shooter sees him, but Peter reassures him that he won't be seen. He counts down from 3 and rushes back into the hall, taking off his clothes. In the meantime, Joey releases some chemicals into the vent, creating smoke in the hallway, which serves as a distraction for Peter to transform into Spider-Man. The shooter, meanwhile, is shouting how unfair everything is and that he's going to kill everyone. A voice comes from the smoke telling him he's not going to do that. Confused, the shooter asks who's there, and Spider-Man emerges from the smoke filled with rage. The shooter fires at Spider-Man, but Spider-Man skillfully dodges the bullets and tackles the shooter to the ground. Peter lifts the shooter and asks who is he and what's wrong with him. As Peter exclaims, "Oh my god," the shooter mask falls off, revealing a crying teenager who says it's not fair and that he couldn't handle being bullied anymore. A bit later, we see a teacher explaining to Peter that the shooter was a smart kid, perhaps even a prodigy, who had been relentlessly bullied by his classmates. As the teacher speaks, he emphasizes that sometimes kids are pushed too far and can snap. Peter remembers his own experiences as a teenager and how he was bullied too. He realizes that he could have been that kid and acknowledges that maybe he can do something to help kids like him. When the teacher asks who he is, Peter responds, "I'm Peter Parker, and I'm the new science teacher."